Hello, welcome back to my channel. Now that some things are in motion with our next fertility journey, I wanted to bring out the camera and bring you all along for what's to come. So it has been, oh geez, when was our last cycle? Our last cycle was in March. So it has been almost, 9 months now since our previous IUI cycle that failed. So we have been gearing up for these last 9 months to start IVF. And that has been such a lengthy process to get that in motion. So once we found out that our cycle failed and that we were gonna start IVF, we decided to go with a different fertility clinic. With our new fertility clinic, they wanted all new tests done since all my tests were older than a year. They would have accepted them if they were only in the year time frame. But all my tests that I had previously done were 2 years old. So I had to do all new testing. I had to do the HCG sonogram, but in order to do that, I had to go on birth control to get my period. So that was a month before we can schedule the HCG. I had to get all new blood panels done. And I think that was kind of the extent of all the testing. Austin had to get another semen analysis done because again, his was 2 years old. So for him to get that scheduled with all of his trainings he was out of town for, that also took up some time. But once we got all of our testing in, it took about a month for our fertility clinic to review all of our tests and set up a consultation date. And then once they set the consultation date, the consultation was scheduled a month later. So that put us around the July timeframe. After our consultation, they had to send us to finance. And for finance to get back to us, that was another month in waiting. And then once finance told us the cost of IVF, we had to pay that up front before they would schedule our cycle date. That took another 2 months before we had the funds ready to pay for IVF. And then once the funds were in their hands, about 3 days later, they messaged me saying they had a cycle date for us come the new year. So that has been kind of the last 9 months recap for us in our fertility journey. So right now we're getting the ball moving on our IVF cycle come the new year. I went and got lab work done yesterday since, as y'all know, if you follow my previous vlogs of our cycles, I don't get a period on my own. So with that, they were kind of waiting to see if I would get one before I start birth control, but I messaged them, said I haven't received my period. So they sent me to get lab work yesterday to kind of see where I am in my cycle, since we can't use my menstrual cycle to gauge where I'm at. So that was yesterday. This morning I woke up to an email at about 8 a.m. saying that I am cleared to start my birth control today. So I'll be on birth control for the next 3 weeks, and then that will prep my body to go ahead and start IVF.